Okay, so it seems like some of the videos for temperature are not working well, and just wanted to make sure that we were straight on what we needed to do for temperature conversions and pressure conversions. So temperature conversions, this is the sheet that you should be able to print out where it says key packet, that you can, on your It's Learning page that you can print out. Here are the two formulas that are most important. Converting from Kelvin, you would take or converting from Celsius to Kelvin. If you have Celsius, you're going to add 273 to get Kelvin. If you're given Kelvin, you're going to subtract 273 to get Celsius. So here's some samples that should be very similar, if not the same, as the ones that you have in the quiz that's on your It's Learning page. So if we have 0 degrees Celsius, all we need to do in our calculator is take 0 and add 273, which would of course be 273 Kelvin. Okay, let's do another Celsius. Now notice this one is negative 20 degrees Celsius. So most of you should be able to do this in your head, but 20 degrees Celsius negative plus 273 equals 253 Kelvin. And that is really the extent of it. You take the Celsius, you add 273 to get the Kelvin. Now, if you're given Kelvin, in this case here, 205 Kelvin, and you want to get Celsius, you take that Kelvin, 205, and you subtract 273, and that will give you your Kelvin. In this case, negative 68 Kelvin. And then over here, of course, 0 minus 273 is negative 273 Kelvin. Okay, so you can try to finish these. Finish these here. Again, if it's Celsius, adding 273. If it's Kelvin, subtracting 273. Once you've gotten your answers, you can go and take the brief matching quiz on your It's Learning. The pressure conversions here. On your pressure conversions, it says if the pressure, let's see if I'm in, sorry. If the pressure in a room is 687 millimeters mercury, what is the pressure in kilopascals? So we kind of talked about how there were several different units for pressure. So I'm just going to write up here as a guide for myself, 1 atmosphere is 760 torr. So just some unit conversions here. 1 atmosphere is 760 millimeters of mercury. So you can see these two are pretty much the same, or are the same. 1 atmosphere equals 101.3 kilopascals. Okay, so 760 millimeters of mercury, or 760 torr, equals 101.3 kilopascals. So just a way to be able to convert those very quickly. So if the pressure in a room is 687 millimeters of mercury, what is the pressure in kilopascals? So I always start with my given, just like we've done with our unit conversions all year. You identify your given. And when we set up our unit conversion, here's 687 millimeters of mercury. I like to write these so that you know how to set it up. Here's my unit conversion that I'm going to use for that one because it has both what I'm given and what I want. Millimeters of mercury is what I'm given. What I want is kilopascals. So since that unit conversion has both, that's what I'm going to use. Now we ask our question, what goes on the bottom of this unit conversion? What goes on the top? Well, the bottom, the units should match. So millimeters of mercury will go on the bottom. And on top, 101.3 kilopascals. And just like always, when you multiply by a fraction, you multiply by the top and you divide by the bottom. Put your given information in your calculator first, 687 times 101.3, hit equal. So we multiplied by the top, and now we're going to divide by the bottom, divide by 760. And that gives you 91.6. And our unit is kilopascals. Okay? All right, let's do another one of those. We'll skip down to, let's try number 13. What is 5.4 atmospheres in millimeters of mercury? So again, identify your given. Identify your wanted. Identify the unit conversion that would go with that. Here's my atmosphere given, my wanted millimeters mercury. So that is the unit conversion I'm going to use. 5.4 atmospheres times 1 atmosphere on the bottom. Why did I put atmospheres on the bottom? Just like up here, they need to be the same so that they'll cancel. So 1 atmosphere on the bottom, and the other part of that conversion factor goes on top, 760 millimeters of mercury. So we are going to multiply by the top, divide by the bottom, which is simple here because dividing by 1, of course, is the same thing. So in my calculator, really just need to multiply by the top. So 5.4 times 760 equals, and then dividing by 1 will be the same number. So that gives me 4,104 millimeters of mercury. Okay. All right, let's try one more, and then you need to go and do those 2 quizzes, both the temperature quiz and the pressure quiz on your own, on your It's Learning page. So let's try number 15. Number 15, identify your given information, kilopascals and millimeters mercury. Well, that's the same. We're using the same conversion factor. We can try a different one if we want, using something different. Let's see, atmospheres to... let's see. Let's try number 16, actually. So, sorry, 54.6 kilopascals to atmospheres. 54.6 kilopascals is my given. Always write your given first. Now identify your identify whichever one of the conversion factors that you'll want to be using, and we will want to use this one. 1 atmospheres equals 101.3 kilopascals. So on bottom should be the kilopascals and the number that goes with that. 101.3 kilopascals and 1 atmosphere on top. Now again, just like always, when you multiply by a fraction, we multiply by the top of the fraction, divide by the bottom. So multiplying by 1 is just that number. 54.6 times 1 is just 54.6. So I can go ahead and, divide by 101.3. Okay, and that is going to give me 0.539 atmospheres. And I just used 539 for now. Don't need to worry too much about sig figs at this point in time. Okay, so there we are. Simple as that. Identifying which one of the unit conversions that you want to use, and then putting it in there properly. Remembering always, just like here, the millimeters of mercury canceled. So whatever you start with, whatever your given is, that's the unit that should be on the bottom. The unit on top is what the question is asking me should match what your wanted is. Okay. Same thing here. Here's my given. Atmospheres should be the same so that they cancel. So I'll be left over with millimeters of mercury. Multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. Okay.